guys! Jumping straight into the story, I had gotten a message on Facebook dating. Usually I don't be on those apps, and if I am on apps, then I am on apps. Normally I don't be on Facebook dating, and it's either Grindr, Facebook dating, or that's really about it. I don't really be on much. The person hit me up and everything was fine. There was nothing out of the ordinary, and we were just vibing. We ended up moving to Snapchat because I don't be on Facebook like that, but then quickly moved to Instagram because I don't be on Snapchat like that either. So we moved to Instagram. We ended up moving to text. During this time, it might have been like a week or two in, we was talking every single day. It would be us texting, FaceTiming. We fell asleep on FaceTime almost every single, well, it wasn't even almost every single day, it was every single day we would fall asleep on FaceTime. During this time in, we're maybe 2, 3, maybe a month, and again we was texting every single time. There was never a gap in us texting. The most we ever went without texting would be like 5 minutes. If he was at work, he would email me, he would text me, he would still FaceTime me, he would try to find a way to text me regardless. So there was never a time where I thought anything would be like out of the ordinary, or I never had my suspicions of anything, because it was like there was no need to. That time span of us first talking to maybe a month, we had our official meetup, and again nothing was out of the ordinary. We hung out, we chilled. Mind you, I drove 3 hours away from where I live to this person because I don't know, I just did. Met up, chilled, talked. The person was very touchy. I didn't really think anything of it, but they were very, very touchy. And I mean, it did get to a point where I thought, okay, did I come here for a hookup, or like how was this, you know, how was this gonna unfold? So I would say we're 2 months into this relationship, and at this time I was working security. Now security is a job that I don't do full time. I don't even do it now, but it was something that I was doing on the side just when I had nothing else to do. I do have my license for it. It was something just to do. I had ended up applying for international airport and got the job. During that process of having that job, you had to go to Atlanta or Georgia or one of those places in order to do training. You have to fly out there. From what I been told, the person I was talking to would always talk about how they want to go to the Dominican Republic for vacation. I was down for it. It had a date planned apparently, and they would say that it would basically be me, that person, and their friend, or they wouldn't know if they would invite their friend, but their friend would be out there. Whatever the case is, I don't know, it was something like that. Everything was good. I had been driving back and forth to this person plenty of times. This person has only came out this way maybe twice. Never asked that person for money, or never even was offered gas money. But during that process of me getting hired and everything at the airport, the person had told me that one of their friends had worked for a cruise ship, in that the process was kind of similar, that they were their friend or whatever. So mind you, this friend was supposed to go to DR with us and do all this other traveling with us because that was his friend. It got to the point of our relationship where we went from talking almost every single day to barely even texting, and it was constant arguments for no reason. It got to the point where this person thought I was talking to people, or assumed that I was talking to people when I wasn't. When I first started talking to them, I already let them know that communication was key in any relationship, whether it's your boyfriend, your girlfriend, a best friend, whatever the case is, the communication was important. We both understood that, but the problem was they never really listened to what I had to say, because you could communicate, but if you're not listening, then it's going through one ear and out the other. And it was constantly like that. It ended up getting to the point where we would start arguing a lot. Mind you, I'm not the one to argue. I could care less. If you want to go, go. If you want to leave, goodbye. But little things started being brought up to where it was always an argument. We ended up going from FaceTiming and texting all the time to it being very little. And it was like somebody else was either on the phone and they had to call me back, or it was dumb ass excuses, honestly. Now mind you, this friend kept on getting brought up, but again, I thought it was just a friend. I didn't think anything of it. I'm just like, okay, cool. I had noticed that the distance between us was separating when it was a constant battle to even have a conversation. It was always something being brought up for no reason. And it's like, even when it came to joking around, the person could joke with me, but the moment I joke around, it's a big problem. I'm rude, I'm disrespectful, I'm attacking them. It was always something, and I always felt like I could not joke around or be the person that I wanted to be around them, because it was constantly something. When I would joke around and tone down the way I was acting, around them, they would get upset about that, saying, oh, I'm not saying for you not to be who you are and not to joke around. And it was just very confusing because of the fact that regardless, no matter how many times I tried to joke around, it was always an argument that the person tried to start. At the end of us talking, at this point, we're probably 2 months in, 3 months in. What made this person very upset was that I had said something about myself and they made a comment and I commented back on them. They got very upset about it. Even though I was joking around because I thought they were joking around, they took it personally. It was the most stupidest shit. It was about their eyebrows and they took it to heart. And this is why I would tell them like how I can joke with them, or they could joke with me, but I can't joke with them. And listen, I was apparently attacking them and coming for them, and I was this horrible person to them because of that comment. This person is about 20 something years older than me, and it always felt like I had to dim down the person I was to make them feel comfortable. And I don't know if it was because they thought I was talking to other people. I don't have a huge following on Instagram, but I don't have a small following, and there is a lot of people who text. But if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. I'm not worried about the next person. I'm not going to sit here and entertain the next person when it's just Instagram. Like, it's not whatever. I may say hi or whatever, thank you, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. I'm not entertaining the next person. It seemed like they were very insecure with themselves. I had told them plenty of times, like, I'm very comfortable with being by myself. So if the person was to go and leave, like, it would not change anything. Like, it would not change how I feel. It would not make me upset. If you want to go, then go. Like, I'm not going to stop you. That's if it got to the point where it got in this relationship, where it was just like getting to a point where I just didn't care no more. I don't know if I texted them or they texted me, but the last few messages of us talking was just us telling each other how we felt. There was never anything saying that we wanted to break up. You are making it seem like I cannot make any mistakes or I cannot joke around or this and the third. Like, if he was not 20 something years old before, like, I don't get it. Looking back, not that it's like really much of a problem, but this person really likes young people, because I done seen a few of the people he talked to were all young. Like, I don't know. And it's like the fact of, if you're gonna date young people, you cannot be insecure. You have to be comfortable with yourself, because you're gonna constantly think we're talking to somebody when we're not. I mean, at least I'm not. I don't know about nobody else, but they're like, I'm done. I said I've been done. I think they took it as like I was breaking up with them when I wasn't. I was just saying I was done with the conversation. Like a whole week or two later, he ended up posting somebody on Instagram. The person was wearing a cruise ship uniform. I ended up putting 2 and 2 together and realizing that the person that he was talking to was his best friend, because the caption said something about like the love of my life or some shit. I was just confused, because it's like, we literally stopped talking and you're talking about how this person is the love of your life. You hadn't been talking to that person while you were talking to me. You jumped straight into that relationship after we finished talking. You was desperate to get back into a relationship. Being into a relationship and calling that person the love of your life a week after we stopped dating, that's kind of, it's weird. But that is the time that I found out that my ex-boyfriend was talking to his friend or best friend or whatever you want to call it. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave down below videos you want to see. Not sure. Do them. Follow me on my social medias. My Instagram is Trayvon.Lopez, and that's probably the only thing that you have to follow me on. And yeah, I will see you guys with another video probably next year. I'm not sure, so bye.